Good evening, everybody, and welcome to round 4 of the CFEG British Formula 3 Championship here from Snetterton. Fantastic race we've got lined up for you this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So, as I said, we're in Snetterton again within the British countryside, roughly in the Midlands. Not as known by me as Alton Park from the last round. But speaking of Alton Park, let's have a quick look at the results from that race and the championship standings. So, Lucas Muller in a number 94 F1 Bros Racing team. He's took his third win out of 3 at Alton Park. Quite a decisive victory there. He's currently on 75 points ahead of number 23 car Team RSI Daniel Vidamari, who's currently sat with 60 points after finishing third at Alton Park. Third place in the championship, Matthew Clipp, who's had a good couple of races. He's currently on 54 points. And then the 2 PMK sim racing cars of Turk Hakkinen and Valtteri Kailainen coming in 4th and 5th with 50 points and 34 points respectively. So that's your top 5 of the championship so far. Now, unfortunately, we had David Koloksai. He had an awful run in Alton Park. He was set to be battling Lucas Muller, take that his maiden win of the championship last time out, but unfortunately he had an accident that caused him to retire from the race. So not a very good race he had, and that put him only on 22 points in the standings, which puts him joint 9th. With last time out's second place, winning down second place car, Daniel Ersling, in the number 28 F1 Bros Racing team. So, what do we have for you today? As I said, we're at Snetterton with the Snetterton 300 layout, so it's a full circuit. As I said, I'm not as familiar with the circuit as I should be, so do bear with me if I do get any of the corner names wrong. I do have a track map which I can refer to if needed. So we are about halfway through qualifying here. David Koloksai currently in pole position with a 1 minute 41.929, so he's the only one in the 141s at the moment, and it looks like he is currently on a faster lap. So let's change camera over to have a look at him. Currently going around there in the very nicely painted number 5 car. Then we've got Lucas Muller, who is championship leader and looking to continue his run of perfect form. In second place, 1 minute 42.392. So he's got about half a second to gain yet, and it looks like he can get even more as David Koloksai continues to go fastest in sector 2. Coming through Coram corner at the end of the lap here. Very fast-paced corner. Very tricky to get right, and then immediately braking into Murray's, which is a very tricky left-hander onto the back straight. So let's see what David Koloksai can actually do here. Can he go any faster? He seems to be going quite quick through the final sector, and he does. He goes quicker with a 1 minute 41.636. So very good time from him indeed. Puts him a few tenths further up the field, pulls over. He's had enough of that. Going further down the field, Matthew Clipp is in 3rd place in the number 13 Royal Blue Racing car, so he's doing pretty well as well out there at the moment. He's currently crossed the line. He did go faster. He's up into 2nd now, so Lucas Muller needs to pull the stops out here. Can he do so? I don't believe he's on a lap at the moment. He looks like he's just on his out lap, so we'll see what he can do further on into the race, or into the session, I should say. So yeah, Lucas Muller currently sat in 3rd place in the number 94 F1 Bros Racing. Daniel Vidamari in number 23 Team RSI car is currently sat in 4th with a 1 minute 42.562. And then we have in 5th place Daniel Ersling in the number 28 F1 Bros Racing car, the sister car to Lucas Muller, who's currently sat with a 1 minute 42.691. So that's your top 5, and you see on the left hand side of the screen the full list of 19 cars on that leaderboard. Slightly reduced field than we had last time out, unfortunately. I think some people had some prior arrangements that couldn't be with us during the race today. Yes, everybody is going to die into Nelson and Murray. it's a very different beast, Snetterton, to what we've had before in Brands Hatch and Alton Park the last 2 rounds. Those 2 circuits very undulating and difficult to get right. Now we've got a very flat layout, so camber and crests, etc., not going to play into things as much, but the corners can get quite technical, especially in the infield section. It's being so flat, it's actually quite difficult to pick out the apexes and turning points. So very difficult track to get right, and I've never been very good at this one. So props to these drivers. So interesting, look at the leaderboard. Live timing as well. I will post a link in the chat for you, so if you want to, you can follow along. So there we are. Yeah, it's number 47, Kasper Kerjavi. I probably butchered that. He is currently fastest in Sector 2. So he's just gone into 3rd place. So he had a slow Sector 3, but that's an interesting development. We've not really seen him do too much at the moment, but we'll see who's on a lap here. See if we can get some onboard views. This is Daniel Vidimari in number 23, currently sat in 2nd place, so he's got some time from somewhere. So Lucas Muller not really doing as good. As I say that, he goes into 3rd place. So this is getting all very close, apart from for pole position. David Clockside is just miles ahead of everybody else at the moment. A good half a second ahead, but it is very close between 2nd, 3rd and 4th, with about 0.2 of a second between him. So it's all to play for 2nd row on the grid, and that's what we've seen throughout the whole season so far. The battle for the podium positions has been a lot more fought over than for the win. So it's especially last time out at Alton Park and at Brands Hatch as well, that titanic battle for 3rd place round 2, which Daniel Vidimari was a part of. So he has been up and with it. He's got a lot of screen time through the series so far. So just over 3 minutes to go in the session. It's not very long qualifying at all, only 15 minutes in total. So let's follow on board now with Daniel Vidimari as he comes down out the final corner and onto the straight. So let's follow along with him on a lap through the Snetterton 300 layout. So come down the first corner of Richard, as you can see on the left hand side. Very fast paced corner. You want to get all of the downforce you possibly can working for you there, and into Wilson or Montreal, I believe, whatever it may say. So a nice tight hairpin following into the infield section now, which corner I believe is Palmer. Again, a nice medium to high speed corner using the downforce of the Formula 3 car. And then coming now, hard braking zone through this left-hander. Again, another kind of slow speed hairpin, and into Hamilton, which is a medium, very fast-paced actually, left-hander, followed by another big braking zone. The brakes are very important. You get right through this entire track. And then this is Williams going round. Oh, very sideways for Vidimari there, coming onto the back straight. This is the Bentley straight, coming all the way down. So that's where they'll reach one of the highest speeds that they do have. Coming under the bridge and into what is possibly one of the scariest last sectors on any British circuit. So difficult braking zone into Nelson and then through Bombhole. I'm not going to say that wrong, I promise. Oh, and he's backed out, looks like. So Vidimari doesn't look like he got the most out of that lap. He's looking to go for pole, it seems. So he's backed out here, coming through Coram, and looks like he might just try again coming through, and this would probably be his final effort to do so, with only a minute and a half just under for him to go. So here he goes. We'll follow Vidimari on the outboard shot here. So pretty much a flying lap. Let's keep an eye on the times. Is anybody else fast at the moment? Turk Hakkinen, who's currently sat at the bottom. He's not actually set a time yet, so he's leaving it very late. He's currently on a fast lap. He's just come through Sector 2, so we'll see where he comes out. Oh yeah, we do have Scary Tree, which is on the outside of the first corner, which has unfortunately been succumbed to the storms recently in the UK. It is now just known as Tree, which is a crying shame. So it would be forever immortalised in sim racing as Scary Tree, and you may see that at some point through the stream. I'll try and get a good view of it if we can. If anyone's interested in seeing a simulated tree. But let's see. So Turk Hakkinen, he's set his lap. He's only done in 13th, so he's got. I think he's got another chance to set a lap here. He's cross line. The time is finished now, so that's everybody's time for now. But everyone else seems to be on a lap, it seems. So let's see what Daniel Vidamari can do. He's not gone quicker on this lap so far, so I don't think he's going to be able to take pole away from David Clarkside. He's just shown dominant performance throughout this qualifying. Let's hope he can pull that through in the race. Here we go, Daniel Vidamari backed out. He's not gone any quicker coming into the pits. A nice interesting chicane going through into the pit lane, similar to Brown Thatch. And that is it for qualifying, it seems. There's a couple of drivers still to finish. Daniel Ersling in 6th place. Let's have a look, see how he's doing. He's currently set a fastest first sector for himself as a personal best. Not the best second sector. Looks like he might have been held up by traffic slightly in that bright pink car. I've not seen that one before. It must be a new entrant for this race. But coming through the third sector, what can Daniel Ersling do in number 28? Can he gain maybe another couple of positions? He's only got 2/10 to find to get past Matthew Clipp in 5th place. What can he do here? Keeping to the inside wall and crossing the line. Where's he finish? He stays in 6th place. So shut up, Matt. Everyone loves simulated trees. So that's qualifying over and done with. So let's run through your top 5 cars. In first place with a 1 minute 41.636 was David Kaloksai in the number 5 car. Dominant performance for him. He's got just under half a second quicker than the next car, which is Daniel Vidamari in the number 23 Team RSI car. Fantastic result for him. He's not really been up there for qualifying in the last couple of rounds, so it's good to see him back on it. And then Lucas Muller, number 94, F1 Brave Racing team. I think that might be his worst qualifying of this season, which goes to show how quick he has been, because that's still a decent performance in 3rd. 4th place, Kasper Karyavi in the number 47 Seawolf Net Race Motorsport car. Fantastic effort from him to get through in 4th position there. And then rounding out your top 5, Matthew Clipp in the number 13 Royal Racing car. Another fantastic livery we have here. So we've reached the halfway stage of the season here. It's only 6 rounds, and this being the 4th one, so just over halfway through. Yeah, so far it's been very dominant from Lucas Muller. He's had a couple of challenges from David Kaloksai and Daniel Vidamari, but no one's been able to outdo him as of yet. So he's looking to continue his run of form here and get ever closer to securing that championship win. So let's see how he can do. But we've got 4 minutes left of the warm-up session now. Let's see if we can actually get a car on track for you, just because nobody likes looking just at the pit lane. So here's your championship leader, Lucas Muller, in the nice liveried F1 Bros Racing car here. Coming through the mid sector at the moment. You can see how flat this entire circuit is, so very tricky to actually pick out your apexes. As I said earlier, the corner bollards that you see there on the apex, very useful, so we'll be hoping that none of the drivers knock them off as they go round. But yep, Snetterton, another classic British circuit, not quite as popular as maybe some of the other gold ones like Silverstone, Brands Hatch, and so on, but does play its role in hosting some major championships. Again, British touring cars, British GT, Formula 3 as it is here, and lots of club racing. I might have said this before, but club racing in the UK is some of the best races you can see if you ever get the chance to go and see, as we have Thomas Sosako just rejoined the server, causing a bit of lag. Thank you, Thomas. But yeah, club racing, a big feature of this this circuit. Yeah, as I've said earlier, the main feature, well, the main series coming here probably will be the British touring cars. It's always good to see. Yeah, BMW Compact Cup, yes, something like that would be absolutely fantastic around here. The 750 Motorsport Club as well, they run a few series here. There's things like Formula V, their kind of Hot Hatch Championship, which isn't necessarily a Hot Hatch Championship anymore because there is an Honda Integra, which is not a hatchback at all. But anyway, yeah, so club racing, very big feature here, and it's always fantastic to see. So what can we expect from the race here? Well, David Clockside, as said earlier, will want to get that first win. He was very close, well, he got quite close in Alton Park, but had his incidents leading to a retirement. Daniel Vidimari, he'll want to go for the win as well. He has been oh so close throughout the entire series so far, and you'll see that by only being 15 points behind the leader. He's in second place in the championship, so he'll want to convert that to a win and show exactly what the Team RSI car can do. Lucas Muller, obviously, he wants to continue his run. I'm sure he'll want to get 100% record. I'm not sure we've ever seen that at CFEG, so it'll be interesting to see if he can pull that one off. But he does have some strong challenges here at Snetterton. Doesn't look like he's quite on the pace, especially in qualifying as David Clockside. Matthew Clipp as well, he's been there or thereabouts throughout the season. He is currently sat in third place in the championship. So, yep, he'll want to continue with maybe a podium or even a race win if he can get that far up. So we'll see what he can do there. Daniel Sontag, I believe he had a decent finish last time out, if I look at the standings. Or I might be thinking of Daniel Ersling, actually. Yes, I am. Yeah, sorry, Daniel Ersling, who is not here today, unfortunately. He had a good result in Alton Park, but unable to attend this event, it seems. So, 10 seconds of the warm-up session to go, then we'll be into the race. So, we'll be going through, as always, formation lap to get the tyres warmed up, get everyone ready for the race. Which will be quite a long formation lap here, so the nerves will build, and then a standing start for 25 minutes of sprint racing action, which is something new this season for CFEG. If you aren't familiar with the league, forte is endurance racing. If Rfactor actually lets us complete an endurance race without issues. But yeah, endurance racing is what we do. God, every time that man gets me, he's so loud. But as you may have just heard, possibly it was a bit quiet, all cars are now coming onto the grid and forming up for the race start. So yeah, 25 minutes of sprint racing here, and it's always hectic and action-packed. Every race of the series so far has been fantastic to watch, so we'll hopefully get another brilliant race in for you today. So, just remind you of the starting grid. David Clockside in first place in the number 5 car, followed by Daniel Vidimari in number 23. Lucas Muller, the championship leader, in number 94 car, followed by Kasper Kariavi in the number 47. And Matthew Clipp in number 13 rounds out your top 5. And then going further down the grid, we have Daniel Ersling in number 28, Tobias Thiel in number 15, Joe Watts in number 07 JP Performance car, and then we have Linus Lundvall in the number 46 Seawolf Net Race Motorsport car. And then top 10 is rounded out by Valtteri Kailainen, number 16 PMK Sim Racing car. Then Daniel Sontag in the number 48 Royal Blue Racing car, followed by Fabio Zabito in number 55 Stock Skinned car. Now Turk Hakkinen, who unfortunately didn't have very good qualifying, languishing back down in 13th position. He'll want to gain a few positions on the start, as he's had quite a good series so far, some good finishing positions. And then we have Tom Pasefko, number 20 Grand Effect Sim Racing car in 14th, followed by Massimiliano Riboli in number 3 Valley Esports car. Then we have Christian Lewis, number 86, followed by Leon Gennari in the number 35, I believe is a new entrant for this round, which will probably be the bright pink car, which we will surely see later on in the race. Then we have Nick Newcomb in number 88 car, and then rounding out the grid we have Eetu Hakkinen in number 25 PMK Sim Racing car. So that is your grid for this race. As I said earlier, it's a slightly shortened grid for this round due to personal commitments, I believe, of other teams. But we are now on the formation lap, coming to the second sector. Let's have a look at your leader here, David Koloksai, in the number 5. He is just coming through here, warming the tyres ever so slightly. Now nerves will start to be building here as the drivers go round. They'll be focusing on the starts. It's very easy to just lose everything completely on the start. We saw that at round 1. Lucas Muller just absolutely bogged the start and ended up going down the field, but he did manage to claw it back at the end of the race with fantastic setup. It looked like aggressive warming of the tyres there. That's go-kart style from David Koloksai. Make sure he concentrates on his brakes as well. They'll be very important, especially going into the hairpin on turn 1. You can see the back straight here, the Bentley straight, is very wide. So we'll see some 2, possibly 3, maybe 4 wide action, maybe on the first lap, as everyone's jostling for position. But they'll all going to want to get it all sorted before we get into the final sector here. Going through Nelson and Bombhole. Very tight and very difficult. It's a one-line corner through there, so you don't want to be going side by side at all. So get the move done before you come into the braking zone, it looks like. And then Coram here, the very, very long right-hander, which in a lot of cars isn't flat out. I'm not entirely sure if it is in this car. It might possibly be, but possibly not on full race fuel and cold tyres. So very tricky to get that right. And then Murray's the left-hander coming out the back. You see that massive anti-cut curb at the end in the distance there. That's a suspension breaker, so you'll want to avoid that. But everyone's lining up on the grid now. The grid's getting very congested at the back as everyone tries to find their positions on the grid. And the longer that Koloksai waits on the front there, the colder his tyres and brakes are going to be, and the hotter his engine is going to become. As someone has a horn, shuffs weirdly for a Formula 3 car. But we are all lined up now, ready to go green. The revs start to rise, and the lights come on. And we're away. A decent start for David Koloksai and Daniel Vidamari. They're getting ahead there. And Lucas Muller in third place, getting a decent run as well, coming into the first corner now. It's Linus turn for the top 5 cars. We'll see if it looks like Lucas Muller might be trying a move here on Daniel Vidamari, coming into the hairpin on the outside. That's not going to work. He's now under attack from Kerry Yarvi in the Seawolf car. Not quite able to get alongside, but it's too wide behind them. Oh, look at that. The other F1 Bros racing car going side by side there with Joe Watts. That's Daniel Ersling and Joe Watts going side by side together, locking wheels. That's not going to end well. They managed to get that out, get themselves sorted, and still side by side coming into the second of the hairpins. And it looks like number 7 car is going to get away with that one. Further upfield, it's still, as the grid stands, Turk Hakkinen looks like he's making some moves. He's up into 12th place now. And he's making another move there. Oh, that's contact. Contact there with who was that? It's Fabio Zabito. He's able to get past anyway. Looks like the door was slightly closed there, so race control might want to look at that one, possibly. There's someone going very wide there ahead. Not sure who that was, but we're going too wide. It's just ahead of them with the other PMK car. So that's Valtikai Line, Linus Lundvall going side by side into the third sector. Kai Lining getting the best there through Nelson and through Bombhole as well. And side by side there, Turk Hackner behind, making all the moves here on Lundvall. He's certainly not showing his lack of pace now. He's right on it. So he's made 3 positions in the first lap, so he's the biggest mover so far. Ooh, who's that going off wide there? That looks like there's Tobias Teal coming up wide out of the final corner. Now the slipstream battle commences. Coming down to the first corner, it's not really a place you can overtake here, as it's very fast. Ooh, Hakkinen not quite as settled as he'd like to be. Oh, that's Lundvall going wide behind. He's off onto the grass, and he's under attack here from Fabio Zabita and the Royal Blue Racing car, the chrome shining in the British sunshine. But they all managed to get through okay. So, yeah, that's Lundvall down another position, I believe, but he's going to possibly fight back, coming through into the second sector here. Not quite going to be a move coming up here. Everyone seems to be a bit more relaxed here. Let's see if Turk Hacken is able to make any more moves. He's got Tobias Teal ahead of him now. Still, and oh, that's very sideways from the both and well held from Hakkinen there. But oh, we're going too wide ahead. Who's that down the road? Looks like it was just how we might have missed. That was Lucas Muller and Kasper Kailainen, I think, going at it. Lucas Muller able to hold on. Now let's have a look at David Klockside. He's now pulled quite the considerable gap. Just under a second, it looks like, over Daniel Vidamari, so he's definitely showing his pace. He wants that win this round, and he is showing what he can do. So let's have a look behind Kasper Kailainen now. He's going to be lining up a move on Lucas Muller. He's not quite going to be close enough. He's still within the slipstream, so maybe he's going to try a dive into the hairpin. So let's Rhino Boy not going to be close enough. He's not really as close as a snagging of the brakes there from Vidamari, looks like. So coming into the second infield sector here, let's see what can be done. Still, it looks like Lucas Muller's just able to hold the pace here. They're very evenly matched. So let's have a look at the lap times that they did. Last lap times was actually quite a considerable amount quicker last time, Lucas Muller. So yeah, he's got some work to do as Kasper to get back onto the championship leader. So let's have a look if there's any further action down the field. Let's have a look at any further balance. Lines Lundvall here, looking quite in no man's land, but behind them, this is Fabio Zabito and Daniel Sontag, it looks like, fighting for position. Looks a little bit closer. It's just, oh, with that Sontag going very sideways. Again, it's very well held coming onto the back straight. So everyone's very, very quick here. What's happened to Turkanakan? He's gone down the field again. So has he made another mistake? As we come here side by side now, number 48 and 55. Ooh, not quite. It's able, the 48 there, able to hold it around the outside and through to through bomb hole in the final corners. But yeah, Turk Hakkinen, he's gone down in the 2 positions. What's happened to... Oh, he's off again. Has he got damage? He's gone right down the field. He's going through the infield of Coram, so he might get some form of penalty for corner cut in there. That's might end badly for him, but it looks like he might have damage. He's had some terrible luck this round, it seems. Let's see what he does here. He's on the racing line, so he might be holding other people up. He's back on the track, so what happened there, I have no idea. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. He made a good start up into the top 10, but yeah, he's gone down the field now, unfortunately, which is a shame. Further up the field, David Kaloxai, again, holding on to the lead, but Lucas Muller is closing in on Vidamari. This is a repeat of round 1, it looks like here. But, well, it's a mirror image, we should say. These two fighting furiously in round 1 for the win. But Lucas Muller just not quite close enough for now to make a move. Be deep within the slipstream though, coming into the Bentley straight. What can be done here? There's it looks like a battle going on behind as well. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Looks like they might be going 3 wide. Further down, not quite. My depth perception clearly isn't great. That's Turkakin out. What's happened to him? He's just had a terrible, terrible race. So that's very unfortunate for Turkakin. He's not had a great race at all here. Back at the front of the field, David Clockside pulling out a further gap, and oh, this could get spicy here. Lucas Muller deep in slipstream range. Let's get an onboard view now. Driver's eye view of that fantastically painted Daniel Vidimari's Team RSI car. Through the first corner, the dirty air just sending Muller wide, but he's able to pull in. There's Scary Tree. Hi, Scary Tree. Oh, he's going side by side around the outside. Is that going to work out? That's not really a corner. You can go out around the outside, and you can tell why. No grip on the outside there, and Lucas Muller loses out on that attempt. But he's going to regather himself through Palmer, and he's going to try and make another move. This is going to be exactly what was happening at Thruxton in round 1. Lucas Muller's trying to make the moves, but Daniel Vidimari, he does seem to be very good at defending. So this is going to be a race-long battle, it seems, as Dave Clockside is storming out now. He's got over 3 seconds on the next car. I do believe live timing might have crashed, so I can't bring any action on that, unfortunately. So that's just live timing, it always does that. So down Bentley straight now, Lucas Muller closing in once again. He's going to try and make a move. Can he make that big dive? Not quite, very close. Vidimari cuts him off and closes that door. And now through the next opportunity is probably going to be turn 2 for Lucas Muller, so he's going to want to stay on the back of Vidimari through Coram. Easier said than done with the dirty air through this corner though. And then that very tricky braking zone, straighten up as best you can into Murray's, and then on the throttle onto the back straight, deep in that slipstream. Gear change needs to be absolutely perfect. Is that someone off in the background there? Who was that? Is that one of the Royal Blue cars possibly? I'm not entirely sure, but someone was backwards, it looked like. Yeah, there was one of the Royal Blue. Was that Daniel Sontag? Not sure what happened to him. But going back to this fight here, not quite close enough, it seems, is Lucas Muller to Vidimari through the hairpin. So again, he's going to try and shape up a move. It's quite difficult, it seems, to overtake through the infield section. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. It looks like Tobias Thiel. Oh, here's another battle. This is Tobias Thiel and Lucas Lundvall for 9th position. He's got past. So we just about missed that one. So he's going to try and pull a gap now. Easier said than done though. Lundvall is closing, it looks like, in the braking zones. So keep an eye on that one, see if that goes anywhere this battle. Back to the front for 2nd position. Look at this, Kasper Kariavi. He is just about holding on to the backers. He might just be getting some slipstream from Lucas Muller, pulling him closer to this battle. But Muller not quite close enough again to make a move on Vidimari. He might be close enough coming through turn 2, the hairpin again, but he's going to want that inside line. He's definitely not going to be able to get round the outside. There is absolutely no grip off the racing line there. Closer again. Deep within the slipstream. Once again, can Lucas Muller get any closer and possibly send it down the inside of turn 1? That'd be a very brave move. He's going to go for it, looks like. Ooh, shows his nose. Not quite close enough. Maybe trying to psych Vidimari out, but he's very close here. He's going to troll. He couldn't quite get to the inside line, but a great braking manoeuvre. Sends him alongside, and still Vidimari's just able to hold the line very close to making contact with the wheels there. But they're still side by side. Lucas Muller's going to have the inside line, but not quite able to, is he? He can hold him. Vidimari goes wide, and what a fantastic move from Lucas Muller. Takes 2nd position, but this is not over yet. Vidimari is right on the back. He's going for the outside. He's going to try and undercut, it looks like. Going wide on the outside, and ooh, he's not able to keep the grip, and he's dropped back now, and that puts him into the grips of Keriavi behind. Let me just refresh live timing, because Matt decided he didn't want to pay any people. So what can Vidimari do? He doesn't look like he's quite as planted. He's running looks like a bit less downforce. But into the slipstream on the Bentley straight. What can be done here? He's not going to be close enough to make a move now, but possibly through Moyes. He's very brave. But not close enough here. Let's hope we don't get any... oh, he's hit the grass. Is he going to keep it on the track? Just about. Very well held there from Vidimari. Maybe the dirty air's getting to him there, but that puts him within the grasp of Kasper Keriavi behind. So not been a good race so far for Vidimari. He's losing out in a position here, and he's unable to... It looks like he might just be letting the pressure get to him. He's able to pull the gap out slightly on the Sea Net Race car in front. So he's going to refocus now on Lucas Muller and get right back to it. As Muller goes wide through the hairpin, that's not going to help at all. Through Palmer, and everything seems to have quieted down ever so slightly now. Well, looks like Daniel Sontag possibly has gone off the circuit again. He's having some issues. That's out the first corner, so possibly going a bit wide onto the grass. And if you go off there, then that's absolutely it. Christian Lewis, well, he's had a spin. So that's unfortunate for Christian. He's back at the bottom of the field there. Just having a look at the timing I have here, see if there's any positions being gained or lost. So here we have Nick Newcomb just on his own here. Let's have a look a little bit further down. This is the battle for 6th place at the moment. This is Joe Watson and Daniel Ersling fighting it out. It's the Manor-inspired livery there of the number 7 car. And the sister F1 Bros racing car. They're going very closely to Coram. Is Ersling going to try and make who's not quite able to? Not able to find just that little bit of a gap. And then through Maurice. And then, oh, that's very close now. Number 20 is, I believe it's number 26. Daniel Ersling is going to be right behind. He's going to try and move to the outside. Not able to make it stick, so he goes for the inside. Got to be careful of your defensive maneuvers there, Joe. And he's able to hold on to the position for now. This is a good battle we've got, so we'll keep an eye on this for now. Coming into Wilson. I believe my I haven't got my my track map open. I'm too busy watching this. But Joe Watts just able to keep an eye on this, well, keep that position there so far. So that's for 6th position. The big gainer so far would be Leon Gennari. Looks like he's the new entrant for this race. He's got up 7 positions. So taking advantage of other people's misfortunes and putting the moves in to go up to 10th place. So he's scoring points, it looks like, in this round, which is, I believe, is his first round. So good show for him, but he does have Daniel Sontag and Fabio Zabito behind, closing in. They're going to be fighting themselves, so they'll either want to work together to get past or just send it. So we have another retirement, unfortunately, another 2 retirements, Christian Lewis and Missimia Ribeiro. So that's unfortunate for them, but this battle could get quite tasty here. Fabio Zabito's closing in. Oh, he touches the grass, though. That kills his momentum. That puts him right into the clutches of Sontag behind. But he's able to keep the momentum and coming onto Bentley straight now. He's well within the slipstream. Is he going to send it through into the left-hander? It'd be a brave move if he does. He's going to look. He's putting his nose out. It's the 55. But through Nelson. And then through Bomb Hole. I'm doing well at keeping... oh, that's a mistake there for Leon coming into the long right-hander. He's able to keep the position for now, but this is going to be one for Zabito to actually get up close now. He's well within the slipstream range, and he has shook off Daniel Sontag behind, so he's got no pressure now. Oh, that's a very late move there from Leon. Needs to be very careful there, nearly chopping the nose off the 55. Very aggressive Verstappen style of... oh, that's a very big dive from the 55. Well done to get that stopped in time. Not quite able to make it stick, but yeah, very aggressive defending here from Leon Gennari. Coming through Palmer there. So this battle has just about settled down for the time being. We'll keep an eye on that. Looks like there's a battle developing ever so slightly here for third position. Lucas Muller has just left Danny Vindamari behind, and now Kasper Kariavi has just got to get up close and personal now with Vindamari to see if he can get what I believe would be his best finish of the season in third place, get on the podium for the first time. So it looks like Daniel Sontag might have just got past the Leon Gennari. Oh, it looks like Leon made a mistake. So Fabio Zabito and Daniel Sontag passed the Leon Gennari, so that's unfortunate for him. Maybe the inexperience showing through before the Bentley straight. It looks like very, very out of shape, the number 48 there, as he goes through bomb hole. Through coming out. Now Sontag has to get onto the back of Fabio Zabito if he doesn't want Leon Gennari to make a challenge. So again, we'll keep an eye on this. The battle seemed to be slowing down ever so slightly. We'll see if I can bring you any... It looks like Joe Watts and Daniel Ersling, they're still battling actually. I think we missed an overtake there, so Joe Watts is now down in 7th place. 7th place, number 7 car. So let's keep an eye on this. What can Joe do through the second sector here? Those corner bollards are doing pretty well, all things considering. So it's a battle for 6th position. Daniel Ersling in the F1 Bros racing car, and Joe Watts behind, getting as much slipstream as he can. No DRS, no artificial overtaking devices for these cars. So it's all down to the slipstream and the skill of the driver. Through into the third sector, not an overtaking opportunity, but it's one you'll need to keep onto the back of your opponent to get a good run out of turn 1 and have a good opportunity to overtake into the hairpin of turn 2. Still close to one another. Joe Watts is going to be in the slipstream now. It's only 5 minutes, or just under 6 minutes of the race left to go, so it's flown by. It's been quite an action-packed race again. Always a fantastic showing from these drivers. Every round of the season so far, it's always flown by, the races. We should make them longer next time. But back to the action. Looks like Joe Watts is just falling back ever so slightly. He might just be out of slipstream range now, unless he can close back in through the second sector onto the Bentley straight. He's going to be out of contention to make a move, but that does leave Daniel Ersling there to start making headways towards Matty Clip, but it looks like it might be too much to gain them. Looks like there is some lap traffic ahead of Daniel Ersling, so because Matthew Clip is in the Royal Blue racing car, so looks like 6th position is the best that Daniel Ersling can hope for so far. So let's see if there's any further action going on the field. It doesn't look like live timing is working, so I can't check on there. So going back to the front of the field, let's have a look at Derek Clark's, see how he's doing. He is storming away with the win here. He's only a tenth slower than Lucas Muller behind, so the pace of the top two is very similar. So there's about 5 seconds gap though. So it's a tall order for just under 2 laps of the race to, or just about 2 laps, maybe 3 laps of the race to go for Lucas Muller to close in. So Clockside just needs to keep it on the track now, and he's got this win. Let's go a little bit further down the field. Have a look at our debutant here, Leon Gennari. He's in a bit of no man's land at the moment. It looks like he's struggling with the grip there coming through Coram. I'm not surprised. It's a very difficult corner to get right. But he's stuck in no man's land in 12th place, which isn't a bad result on his outing. He's got the pace, it seems, for a top 10. So good showing for him so far, and hopefully he can join us for the rest of the rounds as well. Going further up here, Matthew Clip in 5th place. He is just off the back of Kasper Keriavi and Daniel Vidamari. So this is for the battle for 3rd position. And it all seems rather tame, which is not something I thought I'd hear. Oh, is that? That's Keriavi round, just out of Nelson. That's unfortunate. He's well off onto the grass, so that is him down into 5th, and that might put him into the clutches of Daniel Ersling. Oh, it's a very big bump he's gone over there, and that's is that Ersling just not there, but coming up now? Oh, it is Ersling. So. Unfortunate series of events there has left Kariavi out of 4th and into 6th, so that's very unfortunate for him. He's going to claw back as many positions as he can now. So good showing for Daniel Ersling there. It just shows you just got to be consistent and you get yourself onto the podium. The absolute commentator's curse. Everything's all calm. Spin. So I feel like I can't watch David Clockside because I probably will curse him for all eternity, but 2 minutes of the race left to go, so I'm going to get this lap and possibly one more, definitely one more I would say, as we're in the 2nd sector now, and I don't think Lucas Muller's able to close in now. He is, see what the timing says when it decides to change. He's gained a little bit of time. He's gained about half a second or 6/10 of a second, but it's just not enough, unfortunately. Further down there, Matthew Clip, he's not quite close enough to make a challenge on Vidamari. So we might have, and here's where things all go Pete Tong, we might have quite a subdued end to the race. Let's say that as Lucas Muller takes another 4/10 out of David Kaloksai there in the 3rd sector. So keep an eye on Muller here. See what he can do. There's David Kaloksai ahead, and there's Vidamari. It's under 4 seconds now, the gap. So this is the final lap of the race. I don't think Lucas Muller is going to be able to catch up to David Kaloksai. Now, unless Kaloksai has a big error, then that is going to be the race win for him. So for 3rd position, ooh, that's Matthew Clip backing it into the hairpin, showing off. It looks like on the final lap, and it looks like Daniel Vidamari might just be able to hold out here for 3rd position. He's just got to get to the end of this lap now. And everyone looks like they're a good couple of seconds between each other. So let's follow. Oh, actually, I say that. Is that a battle with Joe Watson, number 7? It looks like that's Linus Lundvall behind. He's. Oh no, it's not. That's lap traffic. Never mind. I'm getting all excited over nothing there. Silly me. So here, follow David Kaloksai now. He is pulled out a bit more of a gap now, and he's coming through the final series of corners now to take his maiden win in the British Formula 3 Championship. So just got to get through Murray's now in one piece, and he does. So on to the final straight, and that will be your winner for round 4 of the CFEG British Formula 3 Championship, David Kaloksai in the number 5. Fantastic race for him, dominant performance all round. Lucas Muller coming in 2nd place, so even when he's not winning, he's still nearly winning. So that's his position at the top of the leaderboard, or the top of the championship standings, nice and safe for now. Daniel Vidamari bringing it home in 3rd position, and Matthew Clip in 4th. And Daniel Ersling holding on to 5th position, fantastic job for him. And then Kerry Yarvi there. Unfortunate series events meant he spun, coming into bomb hole, and unfortunately put him out of 4th position, but a good race nonetheless from him. Joe Watt in 7th place, a good showing from him. It's already in the pits. Linus Lundvall there in 8th position. 9th is Valtteri Karjalainen in the PMK car, and then your top 10 rounded out by Fabio Zabito as he's coming across the line now to finish the race. So yeah, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. We've just recently gone over 500 subscribers, so let's keep pushing towards 600. So that's my shilling done out of the way. And if you want to find out more information about the league, the series, and the other series we do, you can head to our website and our Discord channel. So please join us next Sunday for the WSCC, which will be held in Dubai. So that's LMP2 and GT3 cars taking place. I believe that's a 6-hour race, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. So yeah, join us for that, and if you want to get involved in the in any of these series, WSCC has a few slots open, and possibly this one, maybe not though, but there's always reserve spots available. So have a look on our website, join our Discord, and keep an eye out for any future events. And until next time guys, have a good evening and goodbye.